Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So yesterday, I believe Sneako and Moish Critical had a debate, and it was really interesting debate. I didn't really catch it live too much. I kind of didn't realize they were debating until like later on the night. I was like, well, screw it, I'll watch it. I was already tired, and I recorded a little bit of invitation, and there's more that came out, and I'll do a video on that quickly or soon enough. um, because supposedly it's supposed to be a leak coming out soon, a big one, but that's not really the point right now. We're talking about Sneako and Moist Critical, and I'll be true for y'all. When it's coming to those two, I know some things about both of them. Um, I'm not the really biggest fan of Moist Critical. I really don't see him that appealing, to be fair. I see him more like a mid to late millennial type of person, like very monotone, very hipster. You know what I'm talking about. Well, Sneeko close to my age, like early millennial Zoomer type of person. Um, and I know he's kind of. I think if I remember, Sneeko was part of Mr. Beast. I can't remember, but I know he's somewhat involved with Andrew Tate. He's a whole individual in himself. But talking about the debate though, it was really hilarious to watch because one of the things I will give Moist Critical somewhat is I kind of think he knows how to articulate his word. He kind of understands how to structure his sentence, but one of the things about him is I just not a big fan of him, and I felt like he just doesn't really care about his opinion until he brought up the one thing about the transition, and I was like, oh my god, and I think that's when Sneeko more or less had a upper hand against him. Now that really is more to that whole debate. There were things about interracial marriage, things about trying to define what something is. Sneeko went on his whole thing about like marriage and all that, and like I do agree on certain things with both of them, but the way they both presents it kind of it doesn't help their case. And as many people will say, even on X and so on, is that Moist Critical take was worse than like Sneeko. And I'm not defending Sneeko. I'm from what I can see from him, like I could kind of tell, I mean, I like him that much, and he's somebody that was like, you want to keep far away, like you want him close, but you want to keep him far away. The only reason you want him close is just to keep an eye on him, so he doesn't do anything crazy. But whereas Moist Critical, I think he tried to have the most milquetoast neutral centrist position, and I'm not trying to get political or anything about it, but I feel like it just doesn't work with him. And I know that he's a big time streamer, he's a big time influencer, but I'm like, dude, you gotta grow some balls and have a backbone because like Sneagle really did win against him. Now I'm not too well versed about their whole controversy, their drama, their beef. Don't even know how it first started. I'm aware of it. I'm just not sure when it first started. I think it started like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that or more. But it's like it's there's a meme of the what I'm talking about. There's a certain meme where of two guys fighting, and if you know the caption of it, you know what I'm talking about. It's two autistic people fighting. It's just like you know and I have friends who are like that, and it's just like there's no game, there's no stake in it, you have no skin in it. And it's like it's like both of you shut up, because their takes are really bad. You know, again, I get more critical in the sense that he was trying to structure his sentence, but it felt like he just didn't care. He does not care for what he's trying to put out there. You know, whereas Sneeko, I think if he was to at least like structure his sentence a lot better, I think he'll have more of an upper hand. And I will say that yeah, Sneeko won, but like at what price? Like it's not something you want to brag about, right? It's not something that you want to brag about because both their takes are horrible from different degrees, right? And I think like these whole debate bros and these kind of streamers, it's like why watch? Like it's like don't even like pay attention because they come up with the most wildest takes because that's how they are. Wild takes. Oh, we get more of an audience, even if they don't believe in that take. It's just it's about drawing an audience, and I get it. Game is game, but it's like at what cost? For what though? And to me, it's just like both of y'all need to touch grass. At least I could say the sneako, like you know, sneako goes out. He looks like he goes out. He looks like he touched grass, interact with people. Good on him. But like Moist Critical, I look at him. I'm like, dude, I think you need a bit of a reality check, or at least like have the balls to what you want to agree with, or have the balls to back up your belief. There was this whole thing about like censorship, and again, I'm not trying to get anything political or ideological. It's not really my thing right now. They brought up censorship, and it's like, and not the disrespect, which is something I have to do eventually. But they brought that up. It's like I made a point that like everybody called out on Dr. Disrespect. But when it came to Aven Tyson, everybody was calm. And like I know Critical said, well, after 6 hour it happened, I was doing a video or something. I'm like, no, you didn't. Like you're lying to everybody. It didn't like Boogie where like people know when Boogie's lying. But Moist Critical, he's so mixed, he's so milk toast and so bland and so monotone that you can't really tell when he's lying. So he could get away with it. And he's right, like, and Sneako brought up how Pokemon is the king and queen of Twitch, and like it's true. It's 100% true. Twitch would not do anything to their, golden their calf. Like, their golden child. They won't do anything. And he made a point about it. He wasn't wrong. Like everybody, if there weren't so much of an uproar, people would not cover it. Mudahar probably wouldn't cover it, or if he did, it would have taken him some day. I know Local Live would have because of Keem, and I think that was one of the big factors with Keem, and I guess even Sneako and other people like that were calling it out. And there were tweets from Pokemon and all these people, and I give Sneako that much as well. And when it came to the whole censorship from Charlie, he said like, well, I can't like correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably misremembering this a little bit, but how Charlie was just like, well, I'm not really for deplatforming, but you can just demonetize it. I'm like, all right, so you're gonna let Ava Tyson on YouTube. You're gonna let him be on YouTube. He's just not gonna earn no money. That's not helping the problem, Charlie. He's literally still on YouTube. And again, like the truth is about anything is people don't want to go for the whole deplatforming or removing certain people because then that's just like it's a nuclear bomb. It's MAD. It's basically an MAD because like all right, one person does it, then it's just gonna go from there. And I understand that, but it's like you gotta be like this is a predator. This is an active predator who's going after kids. I don't see anything wrong with deplatforming it, but I also understand like, well, if someone's accused wrongly, yeah, but it's like, do you want to take the chance? And that's up to people. For me, for Ava Tyson, yeah, I feel like if there's enough evidence for this, then yeah, there's nothing wrong for removing Ava. Maybe that's a bit of radical out there, but it's something that it came through me, came through me, and I just realized like, dude, you gotta eventually have to take a stand. Like, if you think demonetizing it's gonna work, no, it won't. Look at Destiny. That did that work? No, it didn't. Like Destiny probably wasn't even making much off of off of Act. Because Elon Musk demonetize him, but he didn't deplatform him, right? Did that work? I really doubt it. You think it's gonna stop advertising? I really doubt it. And it really comes to like I don't know. I feel like Charlie should have just like been more cohesive, and at least made an attempt to hold an actual opinion. If not, whatever. If that's you, man, go ahead, whatever. But at least I could say the Eagles didn't win, but at what price? You made yourself kind of look bad, but it's whatever. It's whatever at this point. That's really all I have to say. Um, I'm probably gonna have the part of Moist Critical leaving, his little him leaving his stream early. I'm probably gonna put that in the video, but um, thank you all for listening to me, and I hope you all have a good day. Bye.
You can get therapy. You can go through the process of making that decision. I thought that's what it was. I thought he was just speaking in hyperbole with the dick cutting off shit. I thought that's what we were talking about. And then if you decide that's the path you want to take, it is your body. You can do that. You can make that decision once you become of age to make a decision like that. I just don't understand how it got so muddled. Half of the fucking conversation was hyperbole, and apparently that one was literal. Or it's a very malicious attack on what I'm trying to say or misunderstanding. I don't know. I think I'm just going to call it there. Alright. Take it easy. Have a good night. See ya.